Welcome back to Old Charles, your go-to YouTube channel for coin values, numismatic history, and rare finds. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1960 United States 1-cent coin, a little copper coin that could be worth more than you think. So stay tuned and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more collectible coin content. Let's start with a little history. The 1960 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat and Memorial Cent series. By 1960, the reverse of the coin had already featured the Lincoln Memorial, a change that began in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse of the coin still features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. But what makes the 1960 penny unique isn't just its design. It's the minting variations, especially the small date and large date varieties, which we'll explain shortly. The 1960 penny was struck at two mints: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint, with a D mint mark. Combined, over 2.5 billion of these coins were minted. But here's where it gets interesting. In both Philadelphia and Denver, two varieties were created: the small date and the large date. These differences are found in how the numerals, especially the 9 and 0 in 1960, appear. The small date variety has thinner and more compact numerals, while the large date version is bolder and wider. Identifying the small date versus large date is important for collectors. Here's how. Look at the height of the 6 and 0 ***. On the small date, the 6 appears higher and the 0 is narrow. On the large date, all the numerals appear even in height and bolder in shape. You may need a magnifying glass or loupe to spot the differences accurately. The 1960 D small date Lincoln cent is especially collectible because it had a much lower mintage than the large date version, making it more desirable in the numismatic market. Now, let's talk money. How much is your 1960 penny worth today in circulated condition? Most 1960 pennies are worth 1 to 5 cents due to their commonality. However, the value increases depending on variety and condition. 1960 large date, Philadelphia and Denver circulated $0.01, $0.10 uncirculated, MS65 $1, $3 1960 small date, Philadelphia *** circulated $0.05, $0.20 uncirculated, MS65 $5, $15 1960, D small date, rare circulated $0.20, $1.00 uncirculated, MS65 plus $15, $50 or more. Even higher grades, like MS67 red, can fetch over $200, $500 at auctions, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC. And let's not forget about proof coins, which were struck in Philadelphia and are typically worth $2 to $10, depending on quality. Condition is everything in coin collecting. Here's a quick breakdown of how coin grades affect value. Good, G4***, heavy wear, flat details. Fine, F12***, moderate wear with clear features. Extremely fine, EF40***, light wear, most details visible. Uncirculated, MS60, MS70***, no wear, sharp features, and full original luster. If your 1960 penny still has its red color and no visible scratches, you might have a high-grade coin. Coins graded MS65 red or higher are especially valuable to collectors. Some 1960 pennies come with error varieties, and those can be worth significantly more. Double die obverse, DDO***, look for doubling in the date or lettering. Off-center strikes ***, or clipped planchets also carry premium values, from $5 to over $100, depending on the severity and condition. If you think your coin has an error, it's worth having it checked by a professional grading service. The 1960 US 1-cent coin may seem like just another penny, but with the right date, variety, condition, or mint error, it can be a small treasure in your collection. So next time you're going through your pocket change or old coin jars, be on the lookout for that 1960 D small date penny. You might just strike copper gold. The 1960 Lincoln cent is a part of one of the most iconic and long-running coin series in U.S. history. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Originally, the Lincoln cent featured wheat ears on the reverse, known as the wheat penny, but in 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse design was changed. The new design featured the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., replacing the wheat stalks. This 1959 redesign marked the beginning of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which would continue until 2008. Obverse, front, ***, designed by Victor David Brenner, showing a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This design has remained largely unchanged since 1909. Reverse, back, ***, designed by Frank Gasparo, featuring the Lincoln Memorial. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny Lincoln statue inside the memorial. The only U.S. coin where the same person appears on both sides. In 1960, a unique situation occurred. Both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint released two different date styles, the small date and the large date varieties. These variations happened due to the use of different master dies during production. The differences may seem minor, but they created a big buzz among coin collectors. In the small date, the numerals in 1960, especially the 6 and 0, are thinner and more compact. In the large date, those same digits appear wider and bolder. This was the first time since the 1940s that such a notable variation happened in U.S. pennies, leading to great interest among collectors and the rise of specialized coin variety guides. The 1960 Lincoln cent is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This was the standard composition for pennies from 1864 until 1982, before the switch to copper-plated zinc. First time a small versus large date variety was widely recognized by the public. Continued the use of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, introduced in 1959. Minted during a time of Cold War tension and U.S. growth, when coin collecting was booming across America. Still very common in circulation, but certain varieties, especially the 1960 D small date, are collectible and historically significant. In today's video, we're diving deep into the story, history, and value of the 1988 United States 1-cent coin, the good old Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent has been a symbol of American currency since 1909, honoring the 16th President, Abraham Lincoln, on the obverse. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin marked the first time a real historical figure appeared on a U.S. coin. In 1988, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents as part of daily circulation. But even though the coin is common, not all 1988 pennies are created equal, and we'll tell you why. The obverse, front, of the coin features Lincoln's bust facing right, along with the words, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date star 1988 star to the right. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo, with "United States of America" across the top, "E Pluribus Unum," just above the memorial, and 1 cent boldly displayed at the bottom. Did you know you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting in the memorial if you look closely? That's some real micro-detail for a 1-cent coin. Now let's talk materials. In 1988, the U.S. Mint was using a copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This change happened in 1982 when rising copper prices made it too expensive to keep making full copper pennies. Fun fact, pre-1982 pennies are heavier and made of 95% copper. So if your 1988 penny feels super light, it's because it's mostly zinc. Your 1988 penny might have different mint marks, depending on where it was produced. No mint mark ** equals Philadelphia Mint D, ** equals Denver Mint S ** equals San Francisco Mint, * proof coins only *. The mint mark is located right under the year. Keep an eye on that. It can affect the coin's rarity and value. Here's where things get really interesting. Some 1988 pennies are worth thousands of dollars, and that's because of errors and rare varieties. One of the most famous is the 1988 D with reverse of 1989. In this error, the FG initials of designer Frank Gasparo are in the wrong position, indicating the use of a reverse die intended for 1989 coins. Collectors are willing to pay $500 to $2, $500 or more depending on condition. So check your 1988 D coins carefully. So what's your regular 1988 penny worth today? Circulated condition ** 1 cent, face value, uncirculated, mint state 60 ** $0.10 to $0.30 high grade, MS65 plus ** $2 to $10 proof coin, 1988. S ** $1 to $4 rare errors, reverse of 1989, off-center strikes, double dies ** $100 to $2, 500 plus if you have a full roll of 1988 pennies. It's worth checking every single one for die varieties or errors. You never know what treasure might be hiding. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for details like clean rims, strong design lines, and minimal scratches. Coins graded MS65 and above can fetch collector premiums, so whether your 1988 Lincoln cent is a common piece of pocket change or a rare treasure worth hundreds, one thing's for sure: every coin has a story, and yours could be part of numismatic history. To understand the 1988 Lincoln cent, we need to go back in time, over a century ago, when the idea of putting real people on coins was still new. In 1909, the United States Mint released the very first Lincoln cent to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This marked a historic shift, as it was the first time a real historical figure appeared on a regular circulating American coin. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, and early versions had his initials, VDB, prominently placed on the reverse side. The initials were later moved to the obverse due to public controversy. Fast forward to 1988, nearly 80 years later, and the Lincoln cent was still going strong. But by this time, things had changed beneath the surface. From 1909 to 1982, pennies were made primarily from 95% copper. However, due to rising copper prices in the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint switched to a cheaper metal composition, 97.5% zinc coated with 2.5% copper. This change in metal gave the coins a different weight and feel, something collectors and coin roll hunters still notice today. The reverse design of the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo, had been in use since 1959, replacing the original wheat ears design. So, the 1988 penny features Lincoln's portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a design that would last until 2008. In 1988, these coins were struck at 3 U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint ***, marked with a D; San Francisco Mint ***, used for proof coins, marked with an S. Over 11 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 1988, making it a very common coin in circulation. However, among those billions are a few valuable error varieties that we'll talk about later. The 1988 penny may seem like just another coin, but it's part of a long American tradition, honoring a beloved president, adapting to economic changes, and carrying design elements that tie generations of Americans together.